Hey guys, this is Michael from Opeth, and you're watching Heavy Consequence on Consequence of Sound.
So I was talking with Johannes from Avatar, the band Avatar, and we were talking about all this great music coming out of Sweden. And, I made a joke about maybe something in the water there, why all these great bands there. But he actually had a very interesting take on it. And he said there's kind of this social safety net in Sweden where young people are allowed to fail and they're almost encouraged to pursue music and the arts, whereas in other countries, the parents might say you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. And he gave that as kind of one of the reasons why so many great bands are coming out of Sweden. Is that something you agree with, or do you have any other ideas on?
Yeah, I think he's younger than me.
Okay, yeah.
And they're Gothenburg, right?
Yeah.
Or from the west. But no, I didn't have it like that. Like I didn't get any. My parents were like, oh my God, you should put your hobby aside and get a real job. Like they were not supportive. I mean, they liked that I was interested in music and that I was playing guitar and practicing and that I had an interest. But for years, because I lived with my mother till I was 23 or something, like way too long. Mm-hmm. Until she moved into a flat that didn't have an extra room. I'm like, so where am I supposed to? And at that point, we had 3 records under the belt. We'd done 3 albums. And I still live with my mother. So needless to say, I didn't make any money. I couldn't take care, support myself. I was like, Mom, there's no food. Like a child. So it must have been frustrating for her. So she was constantly pushing me to educate myself, which to a certain extent I did. I'm a halfway electrician. Halfway. I can solder. But she wanted me to get a real job, and she I think most of my friends and family, they were not. They didn't think that I'm gonna, so to speak, make it, which was frustrating. But I think it was a what's it called, do-it-yourself type of thing. I couldn't see myself being stuck at a job that I hated. So I made sure that the other jobs that I've had, apart from being a musician, has been dreams of mine too. I worked in a record shop, loved it, in a guitar shop, which I also loved. But then I ended up being a rocker. And now they're super proud. And like if she would see this, for instance, and when we talk about it, she kind of she would like to. She thinks of it differently. Like, yeah, I was very supportive of it. But I can't remember that. I can't remember her stopping me, but she was pushing me in a different direction. And I understand her. I'm a parent myself. I understand her perfectly well now. But then I didn't. I mean, I didn't particularly seek anyone's support. I was going to do it anyway. But I don't recognize that.
It might be a generational thing.
Yeah, I think they're younger.
He is a little younger, and but I mean, we were speaking about, obviously there's Opeth and Meshuggah and Amon Amarth.
There's a lot of bands.
So many bands, but in the last few years, there is a band like Avatar, and obviously there's Ghost, who are now playing arenas in America.
Yeah.
And you contributed to the last Ghost album.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit on one track, but were you surprised to see that kind of phenomenon like surround Ghost and them grow that big? Or is there a sense of pride also being kind of country mates?
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm good friends with Tobias, and we toured with them. I think they were going to do the second album way back, and I saw them. I didn't know who they were. They're from a small town. At the same time as our drummer, so they knew each other a little bit. But I never heard them, and I was a bit skeptical. People kept talking about them. I was a bit skeptical, like, next hype. But then we toured with them, and I saw them play, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be big. It's going to be massive. And it was. And that guy, Tobias, he's a great musician, but also he's got that. He doesn't have a 5-year plan. He's got a 10-year plan. He's on everything. He's like an entrepreneur too, and a businessman. I couldn't do that. I couldn't. I can't take it. I'm not shit with business. Shit with planning. I love music, and I put all my energy into that. And I think my generation, Tobias is also younger than me. He's born in 81. I'm 74. So it's not a vast difference.
Born in 74. You're not 74 years old. Oh, yeah.
Inside I'm 74. But so there's a lot of people born in the 70s. And I think heavy metal is massive in Sweden. I mean, we have a big music scene overall now, but earlier on, I mean, we had ABBA, Roxette, Yngwie Malmsteen in Europe. Those are the famous ones, I guess. And then there was, what I think happened in Sweden was that in 82 or 83, so I was 9 years old, they showed on national TV, which we only had 2 channels at the time, 2 channels. And they finished the broadcast at 10 o'clock in the evening or something. They were going to broadcast something in the night, a heavy metal marathon, because it was popular in Sweden, with Iron Maiden on the Peace and Mind tour. Ozzy was on there, Crocus, Quite Right, Scorpions, Priest. And I was like, oh, you know, this was for me. You know, so I begged my parents, can I stay up and watch this? And they're like, well, okay. You know, and everybody who had a VCR at the time, and not many people did, recorded it. And that changed the music climate in Sweden. You saw those bands that you heard, you never seen them move, you never been to a concert, you know. That changed, like you could speak to any of a specific age, Swedish metal musician, and you say Dortmund 83. That's a saying. You can like, Dortmund 83. That's like, that spawned so many bands. All of my peers in Sweden watched that show.
Wow.
Much more than getting help from society.
Very cool.
Well, to a certain extent, somebody at the Swedish national TV knew what they were doing. Wow. They broadcasted like 5 hours of heavy metal.
That's very cool when you can point to like one instance, one moment.
And I get shivers talking about it. It's so big.